Have you ever noticed how so many foreigners call the Philippines their paradise? They post beach photos, talk about cheap living, and say they've escaped the West. But behind that tropical dream, there's another side, a dark side that most travel bloggers rarely talk about. Because while some foreigners truly respect the culture and build good lives here, others come with entirely different intentions. In this video, I'm going to expose the 10 most disturbing types of foreigners who live in the Philippines, the scammers, the fugitives, the manipulators, and the abusers who, I wouldn't say that they ruin it for everyone else, but you do want to be on the lookout for these types of foreigners. If you come here to the Philippines and think that you can trust every foreigner who's from your home country, think again. Because you're going to want to know the truth about some of the unscrupulous foreigners that are here. This is the side of expat life you won't see in the travel brochures. Let's start with the most common, the expat scammer. These guys set up fake businesses or investment schemes, sometimes online, but sometimes in person. They pretend to help other foreigners get rich in the Philippines, but in reality, they are just milking people for cash. You'll find them selling fake crypto courses, property investments, or business partnerships that just disappear overnight. And the scary part? Many of them use the Philippines as a base of operations for scams targeting people from their home countries. In recent years, authorities have cracked down on foreigners running online fraud rings in places like Cebu, Angeles, and Dumaguete. Their pattern is always the same. Come here, live cheap, hide behind a local girlfriend's name, and hope nobody's watching. I got to talking to an American who said he could sell me a one-bedroom condo in Mactan, Newtown for just the low price of 1.5 million pesos. Right away, I knew he was trying to scam me because you can't find one-bedroom condos in the Mactan, Newtown for under 12 million. I told him that I thought it was too good to be true, and I just walked away. Folks, there are always scammers floating around the Philippines claiming that they have this awesome deal on a condo. Of course, they don't actually own any condo to sell you. Once they swindle you out of 1.5 million, which is about 26,000 US dollars, they disappear with your money. Now here's where things get darker. Let's talk about sexual predators. Some foreigners don't come here to retire. They come here to pray. And I don't mean pray to God. I mean pray as in preying on victims. Although they should pray to God asking for forgiveness. But that's a different topic. The Philippines, unfortunately, has become a magnet for sexual predators seeking to exploit poverty and weak enforcement. They pretend to be sponsors or boyfriends of young girls when in truth, they're grooming and abusing them. The NBI and Interpol have busted multiple cybersex rings and child exploitation networks, and many of the ringleaders were foreigners hiding in plain sight. These men destroy lives, and every time one of them gets caught, it makes it harder for the respectful expats who actually care about the country. Next up, the drunks and disorderly expats. Every expat town has them. They hang out at the same bars every day, brag about their Western toughness, and get aggressive when they drink. They yell at waiters, pick fights with locals, and act like they own the place. They ignore the fact that they are guests in this country. Most of them are running from problems back home, divorce, debt, or a criminal record, and they drown their bitterness in cheap beer. You'll find them in places like Angeles City or Subic Bay, slumped over bar counters, talking about how things were better in the old days. They're not dangerous, but they're a perfect example of how some people can bring their bad habits with them here to the Philippines. Then there's the foreigner who still thinks he's a colonial master. He believes he's smarter, richer, and more deserving of respect simply because he's not Filipino. You'll see him online insulting locals, calling Filipinos lazy or backward, while at the same time living off of the cheap cost of living that those Filipinos make possible. He treats locals like servants and constantly compares the Philippines to his home country, forgetting that he left that place for a reason. This type of foreigner doesn't want to integrate. He wants to feel superior. And in the process, he poisons how locals see foreigners in general. Another dark side, overstayers and illegal workers. A surprising number of foreigners live in the Philippines without proper visas, sometimes for years. They run unregistered businesses, teach English illegally, or even hide from immigration after committing crimes elsewhere. When they're finally caught, they make headlines, dragged to immigration offices in handcuffs, their faces shown on national TV. The Bureau of Immigration has deported thousands of foreigners over the years, and many were living quietly until one mistake or one argument exposed them. Now let's talk about a more subtle but still toxic type, the rescue project foreigner. He finds a poor or struggling Filipina and offers to save her, paying her rent, giving her gifts, even moving her in. But what starts out as kindness turns into control. He isolates her from her friends and family, monitors her phone, and threatens to withdraw financial help if she doesn't obey. He'll say things like, "I gave you everything. You owe me loyalty." This is emotional abuse disguised as love. It's not about helping her. It's about owning her. Then there's the new breed, the YouTube expats. Some foreigners move to the Philippines, turn on a camera, and suddenly become experts on Filipino culture. But for many, it's not about sharing experiences. It's about views and clicks. They film locals without consent, humiliate Filipinos, or rant about just how bad the Philippines is, just to stir up controversy and boost engagement. You'll even find channels that show poor families for sympathy donations using poverty as content. It's digital exploitation, and it gives good expats a bad name. I've known about these types of YouTubers who use sensationalism over making genuinely truthful content. Foreigners can't legally own land or certain types of businesses in the Philippines. So what do some do? They use Filipina girlfriends as fronts. They set up restaurants, bars, or resorts under her name while secretly running everything behind the scenes. At first, it looks like a win-win, but when things start to go bad, it often ends in betrayal, legal trouble, or deportation. The Philippines has strict rules for a reason, so it's best to consult with an attorney because you'll want to be in compliance with the law. You'd be shocked how many international fugitives hide out in the Philippines. It's cheap, tropical, and for a long time, entry was easy. Interpol has arrested foreigners here wanted for crimes like drug trafficking, fraud, and assault. They blend into beach towns, change names, and hope no one recognizes them. But it always catches up, because no matter how far you run, the law will eventually find you. And finally, the saddest type of all, the broke, bitter retiree. He came here dreaming of paradise, a beach life, a young girlfriend, and low costs. But over time, his money ran out, his relationship fell apart. He didn't save enough, didn't plan, and now he's stuck. You'll find them in cheap boarding houses or begging other expats for help. They're not necessarily bad people, just victims of their own unrealistic dreams and poor choices. It's the dark side of moving abroad without a plan. So what's the lesson here? The Philippines isn't the problem. People are. Some foreigners come here with respect, humility, and gratitude. They contribute, follow the law, and truly love the culture. But others bring their demons with them. And when they do, the paradise they imagine turns into their personal hell. If you're a foreigner thinking about moving here, remember, respect the laws, treat Filipinos as equals. Don't come here to exploit, come here to belong. Because the dark side of foreigners in the Philippines isn't about where they're from, it's about who they are. If you found this video eye-opening, hit that like button, subscribe for more truth-based content about life here in the Philippines, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Also, remember that bell notification for my next video. God bless and peace out.